Hello and welcome back to Gleaner Heights. Today we're going to be taking a look at mining. And after 16 days straight with this character of doing nothing but mining, I wake up, I go to the mines, I exhaust myself, I come home, I go to sleep, wake up, do it all over again. This character is level 8 in mining, and I just got the level 8. So yeah, it's pretty intensive grind to get the levels up, but you know, whenever the developer says that you can play to like, you know, day 1 million or something, I don't know, it needs to give you plenty of room to grow. So mining here is the ability to find valuable materials when striking the earth. Each level increases the chance to find more valuable ores and gems by 5%. Improve this skill by breaking down mine walls, which is important to know because it does not increase your hammer skill. Your hammer skill is what you use as, you know, a weapon against other, you know, monsters, or when you're breaking down rocks and boulders. So two totally different skills here. So to get into mining here, first thing I want to show you is a place to get free snacks. And snacks are really important when you're mining because it is a stamina draining skill, like hardcore. You really can't mine for very long here in the beginning without becoming completely exhausted. And you don't want to become completely exhausted because then you're not even gaining towards your level. But yeah, I wanted to show you this area right here, which you are almost guaranteed to find at least one of these little herbs for you to eat. But if you're doing other things and you don't come up to this area for a while, you can find anywhere from like 3 to 5, I believe. Maybe even more. That's just as many as I've found. So we're gonna head on down here to the mines, and I'll show you the difference between a rock and a boulder. This little fellow here, yeah, you can smack it. You hear it gives a little thwop. That you can break. Over here, if you come to the bigger rock, it gives more of like a clunk. You cannot break that. So yeah, I just thought it was kind of important because the game really doesn't hold your hand or tell you anything about what you can and can't do. But you know, I'm here, I'll hold your hand. So yeah, each mining level is randomly generated. If you find yourself in a level that you do not enjoy, just go back up and go back down till you find one that you do want. Yeah, and then these herbs right here, we'll take a look at these real quick. Never mind the baddies shooting shit at me. These are the black herbs. Peculiar herb grown underground, slightly restores health, which is great because there's always baddies trying to kill you. And this green herb here is used in medicine, can be eaten or sold. It just increases your stamina, as far as I know. So yeah, mining here. It took me forever, I think, to figure out that mining is just you're taking your hammer and you're whacking the walls. That's how you increase your skill, and like it said in the skill tree thingamajig, for every level that you gain is 5% of maybe finding something cool, which so far all I have found is rock and iron. And the iron ore are about 30 gold, I think that's what the currency is called here, gold. 30 gold a piece, and they only stack to an amount of 9. So that's about 270 gold per stack. I know that there are other ores, I just have yet to find one, which as soon as I find a copper ore and gain my 5,000 gold, then yeah, we're definitely going to upgrade our tool to see what a difference that makes. So the mine levels are square, they don't go on forever. There's this dark gray wall here that's around the entire level, and yeah, you cannot pass that. So don't waste your energy trying to smack at it, because you will smack at it all day long and get nowhere and nothing. Oh, fucking slime over here hiding. Anyway, so going back to the ladder. Oh, we found an herb. I'll munch on that and kill this bug, because he's getting on my nerves. I'm trying to do a tutorial here, man. Leave me alone. I'm doomed. Doomed, I tell you. But yeah, some levels will have a ton of bad guys and some just won't have any at all. So like I said, if you come across one that's just full of bad guys and you really don't want to deal with them, then yeah, just exit the cave, go back in. It should be a fresh level. Maybe better, maybe worse, who knows. But you can do that as many times as you want because time does not pass in the caves for whatever reason. It's a time portal. Another thing that I wanted to show you here was when you're looking for ladders. You see that there is the dirt here, and we found a ladder, which was very conveniently placed. Thank you, game. It knew what I wanted. But anyway, here's a rock that we found. One thing that I do want to note about the ladders at this point in the development of the game, and something that I hope that the developer pays attention to and fixes before release, is because of the levels being randomly generated, it can cause a lot of issues when you find a ladder and you go down. Because it is randomly generated, so you're gonna run around here and pick up this herb. And then you try to go back up, and you are in a completely different level. You are not in the level that you once were. You're completely unfamiliar. Everything you've done is lost, and now you have to find a new ladder. Which, you know, when you're coming up from mining, you're exhausted. So there is no possible way, really, unless you're just stacked with food and stamina boosts, that you can make it out of there without becoming exhausted. I mean, I guess you can just go down and then go back up to try to see if you can find a spot that has a more accessible ladder. But yeah, it's really, really frustrating. Okay, so I actually found a level here that has a ladder going down as well as a ladder going up. Now, I am really tempted to go down to level 3, but yeah, I'm just really concerned that I will never make it out of here. As you can see, I'm already exhausted, which, you know, at least you can still mine. Because if you couldn't mine when you're exhausted, like, oh man, you would be screwed. And mining would suck. The only thing that does suck about it, though, is that your skill isn't going up. So everything you're doing is kind of essentially useless. I'm not quite sure. I don't even know that you get goods from when you're exhausted. I think it's really just a means of escape. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and exit the mine here. Okay, so it seems like we just exited the level 1. Damn. Alright, so I've got to find another ladder. Another thing that I failed to tell you in the beginning that I probably should have is don't pay attention to any of this stuff laying around on the ground. It is all decoration. You can whack away at it to your heart's content and nothing will benefit you. Same with, like, there's pickaxes, there's, you know, ore carts. I guess that's what you call them, I don't know. You know, the carts that you put the ores in. So, ore carts, yeah. Damn it. Goo. So yeah, we've got to find another, oh, here it is. Just behind this wall here. So yeah, ladders, frustrating, use with caution. We're gonna go up, and we made it out. We're alive, we're exhausted. Even though we can sprint like a mofo, we are still alive. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that you need to know to get started on your career path as a miner. By the way, Ken, he's a villager around here. He too enjoys mining. He's a pretty cool guy. You should probably get to know him if you are going to be a miner, because he likes receiving ore and rocks as gifts, which is something that I'll get into maybe in later episodes, is trying to figure out what people want, which is always the question, and why gift giving is so awkward in real life and in games. So yeah, if you enjoyed this episode, thought it was helpful, informational, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything else that I'm covering here on Gleaner Heights, and let me know in the comments, like, is there anything specific that you want me to look into to try to figure out how to do, or, you know, what there is to do. Like, there is so much in this game that we don't know, and I want to find out. But yeah, I read all the comments. I try to respond to everybody. I'm happy to have you guys here with me. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys.